Let's talk about this. I mean, this is pretty stunning. I don't know how much vetting Univision does on this. They're a fairly reputable journalistic outfit. They have confirmed that this guy has talked to the FBI. There's no word from the FBI if what this guy says in this interview is confirmed or legit. But frankly, something like this certainly makes some level of sense. And this is a guy, Miguel. He is in some type of like heavy stage prosthetics. They have changed his voice. He's being interviewed by Maria Elena Salinas on Univision, and is telling her that the attacks were motivated by revenge. Here is a clip of that interview.
Why do you think that Omar Mateen went into Pulse on that Saturday night and killed 49 people?
To tell you the truth, after we had the conversation about the two Puerto Rican who he has the three sons, and then one of the Puerto Rican told him, I'm HIV positive, and I'm sorry I don't say nothing, plus all the sections and all the rejection he got it, I believe, and I really think, all his angers, he hates gay Puerto Ricans for all the bad things they do to him. And this is sound bad, and I know a lot of people going to get a lot of pain for what I'm going to say, but I believe this crazy, horrible thing he did, there was a revenge.
You think that this was not terrorism?
I don't.
You think that it was revenge for gay Puerto Ricans from which he felt rejected?
Yes, I do, because like I told him to the FBI agents, if you are a terrorist and you really want to kill a lot of people, you don't go to Pulse. Pulse is nothing compared with the Parliament. Parliament is a disco, it's a hotel, and it's a bar, and they go a lot of people.
I mean, I don't know if this guy's qualified necessarily to know where a terrorist is going to hit the most amount of people. I don't know why you go necessarily. I mean, you go to a nightclub, I guess. But this guy claims, Miguel claims, that he had a 2-month-long relationship that he characterized as a friend with benefits with Omar Mateen. Again, we don't know if this guy is telling the truth. He's said this stuff to the FBI. He's either a lunatic himself or telling the truth. I mean, you don't go to the FBI to specifically tell them lies about something of this magnitude for no reason. Obviously, there are crazy people out there, but I mean, just for a moment, contemplate all the actions that have already taken place surrounding things like terror watch lists and the Lindsey Graham talking about new terror things, and we got to keep an entire political party led by a man who says, well, this is why we got to keep Muslims out of the country. All of these policy prescriptions built. And from day one, this has been suspect, right? I mean, this was not, when this is revealed, it's shocking, but it's not complete. It's not out of the blue, folks. So just imagine if the victims were not in a Latino gay nightclub, what Donald Trump would have been able to do with this, right? Him coming out as the defender of the gay Latino community is a little bit tough to swallow.
I love them.
Yeah. But this is what is problematic with these narratives out there, where as soon as a Muslim person does something, it is automatically about terrorism, and it's automatically about ISIS, right? San Bernardino may have been about the radicalization of this couple, but it wasn't about ISIS per se. There was no operative ties here. In this instance, not only was there not operative ties, it was literally just one way this guy saying this stuff about ISIS will ultimately turn out to be just something that he was saying to continue to deny to himself and probably to his dad, who knows, that the guy was secretly on some level gay. And meanwhile, this guy doesn't come forward. The FBI is under no obligation to present this level of evidence to the public. God knows what other programs the FBI themselves would get from this notion that it was terrorism, right? Maybe they didn't want this to come out before they got their national security letters expanded. That's going on in the Senate right now. They're not going to necessarily put out information immediately as they get it that would hurt maybe their budget. It's not necessary for them to do this. We haven't heard from the other people they've investigated or talked to. Just this guy wanted to come forward. So, but good thing a lot of people jumped out there to say that the problem with Islam, this is another problem with Islam.
Well, and that's what we were talking about earlier. This is the follow-up. The irony of these conversations is that for all of the people like us who get, all of this regressive nonsense and everything else that comes at us, we've actually never had a problem admitting something like ISIS is a problem. Or maybe in San Bernardino, ideology had something to do with it. We've always just said, you can't jump to conclusions and you can't make stupid, bigoted overgeneralizations because it's wrong and because there's actual policy implications from it. So are all the people who jumped out on day one on this, are they going to have the same, or, they're always talking about intellectual honesty. I
cannot believe this.
Did you just get a text back from Carney?
No, I got an email. Okay. Just about this. I'm on an email list. I'm sorry. It's like people are getting a window into my sad personal life. But
They're getting a window into you in the morning right there.
Yeah. I got an email as soon as this story came out, because I was on an email list where one guy, and he's a liberal, ostensibly, and I wasn't surprised when I saw this, but it was the same thing. There's a problem with Islam. Sure. Even now, he writes back. This is a guy who years ago threatened to kill his coworkers for touching his hamburger with pork. Well, wait, what? He's getting harassed at work and he's going off. Do you know how many times people threaten, I'm going to kill you? I worked at a Chinese restaurant in Cambridge where the chef would threaten to kill people all the time.
Was he Muslim?
You know
exactly.
what? Weirdly not.
There you go. So he doesn't do it. When a Muslim says they're going to kill somebody at work, you got to take it seriously.
He cited ISIS and quoted the Quran on his murderous terror rampage. He also said he was a member of Hezbollah and Al-Qaeda.
Which, as I say, he is. And it would be interesting if he was like some type of unprecedented super terrorist who was part of all those groups and all he did was attack a club.
ISIS put out a call to do this. I'm sorry. How many calls have been put out by white supremacists to take back? They congratulated him. Of course they did.
You're doing ISIS's job for them in this email.
It's stunning.
The only people that are profoundly committed to this being connected to ISIS and the larger game plan are idiots who write emails like this, FBI people looking for a bigger budget,
who have
and
a narrative
ISIS
about Islam. And they just, it's just, they see it everywhere. They see it everywhere.
They're watching you.
Hello, you. I'm Sam Seder. Looking for smart progressive talk that is occasionally amusing? Well, subscribe to our YouTube feed. Subscribe to our podcast. Like us on Facebook. And just generally enjoy us.